Hey family, how are you doing? So, welcome to the second quarter of the year. This month, our emphasis is reset. Oh my God, I cannot wait for you to explore and unpack what is truly loaded and truly unfolding from the idea of reset, going from um, making strides and taking momentums and then going to the place where you just have to hit the reset button because maybe things are not going as planned, you're not seeing the results that you desire to see. And so in this month, we are going to be partnering with you to hit that reset button, ensure that your mindset is right, your motives are right, and your ability to execute is very right. And so get set, prepare. This is going to be such a blast for you to experience in the coming days. So put on your seatbelt, get ready. It's going to blow your mind. For those of you that joined us for the next the level up challenge rather, I really hope that you've got what you wanted, you're applying the things that you've heard, that you're getting to work literally, you're pushing, and you're seriously striving to be all that you need to be when you need to be it. And so get that, fam. This is going to be another chapter opening up and unleashing in levels untold for you. So, welcome again, guys. Today, I have a very amazing topic for us to talk about. And today's podcast topic is literally going to reshape how you see yourself, how you see life, how you go move from failure. Today's topic is bouncing back from failure. Bouncing back from failure. If we want to hit that reset button, one of the things that we need to do is to be able to make an epic comeback. And this is not just a movie title. Is there a movie epic comeback? I don't know, but you want to make an epic comeback, whether it's a good movie title or a good book title or a good life title generally, you need to be able to actually be able to invest in it to see a different outcome as opposed to the way that you've been living your life. The truth is this, failure happens. And one of the things that I keep saying is that failure is not an identity, but an event. And it should also be seen as a learning experience. But if you do not spend enough time to learn from it, or if you do not give yourself the opportunity rather to learn from it, you may not be able to benefit the lessons of failure. And once a person is growing and testing their limits, it's invariable that failure happens because growth is an experiment while we are constantly giving our best. Sometimes it works, sometimes not so much. And so we need to be able to know what is working, what will work, and how would it work. So there is no straight roadmap to help you bounce back from any kind of failure, but we can be able to give you certain tips, which is what I'm going to do today. Certain tips that will help you to bounce back, to come back, and to not lose yourself in the bid of recovering from a failed experience. The first thing that I want to share with you today is be honest and reflective. Be honest and reflective. You see, guys, failure is a learning opportunity. If you're not completely honest and reflective, Pontius Pilate said that the greatest form of deceit is self deceit. When you don't tell yourself the truth, that listen, I'm not doing well. I'm not getting this right. This is not going as planned. I'm not investing what I intended. You need to be able to tell yourself the truth and tell yourself, listen, I'm not doing well. So be completely honest, be completely reflective, assess what caused the failure. Was it operations? Was it technology? Was it lack of support system? Once you access it, Ask yourself, what am I learning from this failure? What am I learning from this thing that went south? What am I learning from this event that did not go the way I planned, the way I intended? What am I learning from this event? And then once you now discuss what you've learned, you now look for ways to improve upon it. So, for example, if I did not arrange my life operations in such a way that a new expression that I'm working on would thrive instead of struggle, and then if I'm not able to get the operations of my life structured in systems, in the right systems and in the right priority, for example, then it will be a matter of time till I fail. And so if I can identify that, okay, you did not putting your life into systems and structures, and you did not actually leverage on your support system to be able to do the best out of life that you can do and achieve the best out of life that you can achieve, then if I fail, I need to realize that, okay, this is what went wrong, and now I'm going to improve upon what has gone wrong. I'm going to invest in that improvement, and then realize that growth comes from learning from our failures. Growth comes from learning from our failures. So you need to be able to learn that I fail. That's an opportunity for me to grow. That's an opportunity for me to be better. That's an opportunity for me to access deeper and not just be stagnant. The second thing that will help you bounce back from failure is reset the paradigm, which is what this entire month really it's all about. And just aim to reset your paradigm. Sometimes uninterrupted success can be dangerous to life because it creates a sense of invincibility, and it stewards lack of innovation. Because something is always working, something is always going right, the need to innovate, the need to partner and thrive, it's going to be difficult. And so um Thomas Edison, for example, the man who invented electricity, he thrived on failure. The key is not to see failure as who you are, but see it as a part of your journey, not something to fear. All right. So the important key is your initial mindset. Reset your paradigm. Reset and say, listen, this failure is an opportunity for me to see differently, for me to live differently, for me to try differently. This failure is not my end. This failure is not determinant of who I am. This failure is just a part of my journey. When you see failure as a part of your journey, you will respond differently to failure. So reset your paradigm, reset how you see failure, reset it. Let there be a mental reset. Okay, so this project failed. That's good. What am I learning from this failed project? This did not work. That's good. What am I learning from this thing that failed? This did not go well. That's good. What am I learning from it? And then with the lessons you've learned, you now reset your paradigm, you get clarity. All right, and then you set up a plan that comes with system structures and applicable executional tips. All right, for you to be able to take a course in moving forward, for you to be able to go back from whatever it is that you failed from. Number three, make sure you learn from failure. Bouncing back is nice. Sometimes we just want to bounce back to see results, but it is very important that you make sure you learn from whatever it is that has gone wrong. It is very important that um, you don't just see it as an event and sweep it under the carpet and try to go to your next venture. Failure is only failure if you don't learn from it. You could actually learn more from failure than you can from success. And sometimes failure is simply due to not timing correctly, or executing at the wrong time, or executing at the wrong time with the wrong right time with the wrong strategy. So it is very, very important that we evaluate figure out what am I learning from it, get different perspective. And this is why I invest so much in clarity calls, because one of the things that I've been helping people do is actually to find out what went wrong, how can we get better from it, how can you get better from it, what are you learning from what you've been through, and how can you apply what you're learning to your future to be able to live differently, see differently, and just get a different outcome, really. And so it's very, very important that your outlook of failure is re-evaluated. Remember, failure is only failure if you don't learn from it. Number four, don't cast blame. You see, the blame game is one of the most dangerous places to venture into when building an appropriate mindset for life and for living. And so don't look for someone or something to cast the blame on. Blaming, say, one of your team members can kill future innovation for you. Do your best to learn from the failure. Do your best to learn. Remember that even the most well prepared, well thought out, and well executed ideas can simply just fail. So don't play the blame game. Learn to take responsibility. Learn to take responsibility. Say, I'm responsible for what has happened and I accept responsibility for what has happened. It's very, very important that you live like that, you see like that, and you respond like that. All right. Number five is don't look back. Regret is beautiful, but regret is a weight that anyone who wants to thrive will not carry into their future. And one of the greatest stumbling blocks for anyone who wants to make the best out of their life is to not look back, right? Take time to understand what worked well, what did not. Take time to evaluate what happened and what went wrong. Fine tune your approach moving forward and hit the ground running, and don't make the same mistake twice. That's why the second one, or third one rather, said make sure you learn from it, right? But it doesn't just end there. Don't look back. The past is not for regrets, the past is for lessons. When you think about your past, think about it from the lenses of what lessons have I learned from these events, this series of events that have happened in my life. What lessons have I learned? What lessons am I learning from these things that have happened, from these things that have seemingly occurred in this and within the space of time, as regards my future, as regards my outcomes, as regards my responses? What have I learned? What am I learning? It's very, very important. And remember that you cannot do everything alone. So sometimes ask for help, because when you ask for help, um, there are people who are willing to help you. You may have to pay for the help, but people are willing to help you, right? And get in communities, get in tribes, get in circles that would not judge you for your failures, but will empower you after your failures. And then this one, when I really wrote it, it blew my mind because it is very necessary. Build a culture that supports failure. And this is why I said have people that you can bounce back from failure from, and they will not push you to the place of regret. I told you so's and all of that, even though they told you so, right? So embrace a win or learn mindset, not a win or fail mindset. Embrace that win or learn. Like, I win or I'm learning from this. If I don't win, it's a learning experience. If I win, perfect. I'm still learning from it. But win or learn. Allow win and learn. Win or learn. Win and learn. So if I win, I learn. If I don't win, I still learn from it. All right. So allow yourself to use your failures as a learning experience. Take time to reflect on the failure and the learning opportunities within the failure. Um, Read the book. I recommend you reading the book Failing Forward. Those of you that are in our pro community, this is going to be one of the books that you will be getting this month, Failing Forward by John Maxwell. This book will help you fail appropriately. Not everything that you do is going to be great, but we have to learn from our failures and improve ourselves, get better, learn to get better. All right. And then finally for today, be willing to try again. One of the greatest should I call it the greatest pet peeves of failing is that sometimes we're scared to go again. We're scared to try again. We're scared to stretch again. We're scared to see again. And when we begin to live life from the lenses of our fears, we limit the possibility of a future that does not, for the lack of a better word, that struggles with seeing life differently. So we need to get to that place as leaders, as um, people with the right mindset to be willing to try again, fail and try again and again. See failure as a fertilizer is what you need to grow to your full potential. You will have regrets, but don't hold on to it. See it as a learning experience. Let failure give you the fuel and life lessons you need to complete life, go through life. But just be willing to try again. Don't let your last failure stop you from innovating, from stretching, from seeing differently, from living differently. Don't let the fact that you failed hinder you from going again. So, what are the things that I've shared with you today? I want us to go through it one more time. Number one, is be honest and reflective. Be honest and reflective. Number two, reset your paradigm. How you see failure will determine how you respond to failure. Number three, make sure you learn from it. Don't just have regrets. In fact, no room for regret. Ensure that you learn from failure. Number four is don't cast blame. The game will be the greatest limitation for anyone who wants to thrive and succeed. Um, don't look back. Don't look back. And then, so that means have no regrets. And then build a culture that supports failure. Build a culture that supports failure. And finally, be willing to try again. Don't just decide to write yourself off because it did not work. Be willing to try again, invest in trying again and again and again and again. So, for those of you that are in our pro community, I look forward to hanging out with you this month and talking to you practically about tips to bounce back in your life, in your business, in the things that you can do. And you could also take advantage and join in our pro community, that's our paid community, and learn how to bounce back from failure. Alrighty, I look forward to having you. It's such an honor to do this over and over and over again. Don't forget to leave us a comment and let us know how this is empowering you to live life differently. Until I come your ways, bye from me for now.